Hi, I'm Annie Studebaker, and today we're going to take an in-depth look into the making of Machacado. We're here at Cisneros Packing Incorporated in Raymondville, Texas. And this is where they make this wonderful Cuchi Cuchi Machacado. Let's take a look. I'm Annie Studebaker, and I bring to you an abundance of knowledge from our South Texas rural communities. Follow me as I take you on a journey of inspiration and insight that will offer a deeper connection with people and businesses.
My name is Raul Cisneros, and most of the people in town here call me Coy, and I manufacture dry beef machacado. I believe I'm the only federally inspected facility in the United States that makes machacado. Therefore, I can ship interstate and out of the country. I bought this building here in 1971 with my father, and a few years later, about 2 years later, I bought him out. And then about 1974, I incorporated, and my corporation name is Cisneros Packing Company Incorporated, and I've been operating here ever since. Well, I started first when I bought this building. I started cleaning it up and fixing it, and it's very difficult to get a inspection permit. And I was inspected under the state inspection laws. I was state inspected, so I was restricted to sell only in Texas. And they had to, a lot of requirements and regulations that I had to follow, and they're very strict, very strict. And the sanitation, and I have to keep records, and I have to calibrate all my equipment, the thermometers, the scales, and send the samples to the laboratory to make sure that there's no pathogens in the product. They test for Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria. Well, the shipment comes in a refrigerated truck. Those cuts are mainly box beef. It comes in a box, and the pieces come in probably between 8 or 12 pounds each in a box. The box weighs about 60 pounds, and they're coming vacuum packed. It goes into the cooler. And there I have to maintain, I have a thermometer there, I have to maintain it. The temperature has to be maintained up to below 40 degrees. I usually maintain it around 32. And from there, we take a few boxes at a time and slice it with an automatic slicer. And we put it in those barrels. And as you can see, some of them were painted red and some of them were painted green. And the ones that are painted green, we put the raw meat in them. And once it's processed, when the meat is processed, we put it in the red barrels, in the red dotted barrels, because we cannot put processed meat in a green dotted barrel, because the government says it can cause contamination. And then I marinated it with this equipment behind me, and then I put it in those stainless steel carts with stainless steel racks. And it goes into the oven, and it becomes a process of drying. Once I put it in the racks, it takes about 24 hours. Of course, it takes all the time to load the racks in the trays, you know. And once the the batch is completed, then I can take them out and reload it right away. And that will speed up the process. Also, when I get to that capacity, I can build another dryer side by side the one I have. I built a stainless steel Volk oven. The way it works, it blows hot air into the room, and I calculated the cubic feet of area in the room and the cubic feet per minute that the blower blows. And I calculated that the room would fill in about 17 seconds, and then it started building pressure. And as the air goes in and it leaves the room through an outlet, it's removing moisture. So that's how the meat is dry. Everything is completely sanitized. All my equipment is stainless steel, and we're very careful to make sure that all the sanitation requirements are met. After it's taken out of the dryer, we put it in the red dotted barrels. And then we shred it. We shred it with a shredder. And then we put it back inside the barrels in a plastic bag, and we seal it, and we put a top on it. And then we put it, we empty one barrel at a time in a processing table, and we hand bag it. And hand seal it, and it goes into the boxes.
Once the machacado has been packaged, it's ready for distribution.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel like a fish with no water.
Learn how to prevent your child's next asthma attack, because even one attack is one too many.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities, to ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give.
Advocate.
Volunteer.
Live United. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Hello everyone. We're here this morning with Chef Larry Delgado. He's the owner of House Wine Bistro and Salt New American Table. He's going to show us how to make a delicious salad with machacado. It's a different twist to it now. You're going to love it. Tell us a little bit of what you're going to do, Larry.
Well, we're going to do a machacado vinaigrette, and we'll do a warm wilted spinach salad. We're gonna add all these ingredients to it that are right up here. We have some dried black mission figs, gorgonzola cheese, Granny Smith apples, little red onion, and walnuts.
Now this machacado came from the Cuchi Cuchi Machacado from Raymondville. So now let's get started and see what he's got in store for us.
So we'll start off by taking our spinach and adding it to our bowl. And we're gonna make the vinaigrette dressing, keep it a little bit warm, and just pour it over the top here to start wilting that a little bit, and we'll add the rest of our ingredients.
Wow.
So now that that's done, we'll get our dressing made.
Okay. Oh, so this is going to be part of the dressing that you're
Yes.
going to pour on top?
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll start off with
interesting.
the vinaigrette is parts oil and vinegar. So we're gonna use this to flavor the oil. Add the vinegar, a little mustard, some salt and pepper, and a pinch of sugar to make that dressing.
Interesting concept, a new one
Okay.
at that. Okay, great.
Well, let's get this done.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we'll start off by heating a little olive oil in our pan here. And for a basic vinaigrette, you're looking at 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. So when you're making a dressing, depending on how much salad you're making, that's always a good ratio to remember.
Okay, that's good to know.
We'll wait that it gets a little hot. Add some of this machacado, get that cooked up, and those flavors will start to really flavor the oil. I don't know if you knew this, but machacado used to be made. It's basically a beef jerky, and it used to be pounded in a molcajete. So it was made in thin sheets, pounded in a molcajete, and then shredded by hand. So I love machacado personally, but this is just another variation of making it, another idea for preparing machacado. I grew up eating this with just a la mexicana, right? Serrano peppers and
Lettuce,
tomato, and onions with a scrambled egg and a flour tortilla is nothing better. We're just gonna toast that just a little bit. Add a little bit of garlic.
Oh wow.
And see, that's as far as we need to go. We don't necessarily have to cook this up. We just want to make it warm.
And you're trying to get the flavor out into the oil. That's interesting. I know my husband's family used to eat hot wilted lettuce salad, something like that. Wilted salad. That's interesting. So this is kind of the same concept.
Same concept, just different ingredients.
Now we have a good use for machacado. This is great.
Yeah, just a tad bit of mustard in there, pinch of sugar, pinch of salt and black pepper.
Oh wow.
Now the mustard's in there. It's going to help to hold this dressing together. It acts as a stabilizer to keep the oil and the fat, which is the oil and the vinegar, one consistency.
I see.
One consistency.
Now a little bit of
vinegar. Oops. Our dressing's just about done. I think I might have slipped with a little too much vinegar. A little sugar is going to balance that back out. While it's nice and warm, we're just going to walk it right over here.
It's amazing. Something hot on greens.
Yeah, we'll pour it over these baby spinach.
Spinach, yes.
And toss it in just to mix, to wilt it just a little bit.
My goodness, I'm going to have to go home and do this. My husband loves this kind of salad.
So you see, we've got all of our spinach nice and coated. It's starting to wilt, but it's not gonna overcook. It's not gonna cook the spinach all the way through. We just want to wilt it just a little bit like that.
Wow, that's interesting.
So we'll add some Granny Smith apples that we have here. I've sliced these ahead of time, and I've got them soaking in water with a tad bit of lemon juice. The acidity will help keep the apple from oxidizing. A lot of times you slice an apple, you set it down, and it starts to turn color, it starts to rust a little bit. Little acid and some water will keep that from happening. Got some red onions here. Boy, yeah, I'm having trouble with this
Oh
tongue.
my goodness.
See, we started to get some good color on
Oh yes.
in there, maybe a little more onion.
Oh, I can't wait to try this.
Got some of these figs.
Oh, figs. Yum.
A little dried fig for some more sweetness. And we're ready to plate.
Nice, nice, nice.
So for the cheese, I always gonna put a glove on because this is very pungent and sticky. We just want to add a little bit over the top. It's a gorgonzola cheese. And finish it off with a couple of toasted walnuts.
And there it is.
There you have it.
We get to try it.
Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful. Now we need a fork.
Excellent.
I taste the sweetness, the salty, a little bit of the vinegar. This is delicious. You're so creative. I've never thought of a wilted baby spinach salad with machacado. This is great. This is so good. He is one chef that you can tell him, use this to make up a beautiful meal, and he can do it. He is actually my favorite chef.
Thank you. Well, thanks for bringing that machacado by. You know, I tell you what, I would have never thought of putting something like this together. When you first said machacado, I thought breakfast tacos, but this turned out exactly how I envisioned it, and it's a great option for using machacado.
And I knew you could do it because the machacado that we eat here in the valley is usually with, like you said, a la mexicana with tomato, onions, chile. So this is a different twist to that. I love it. This is wonderful. I want to thank you for being on our show.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And you are awesome, super creative. And we also want to thank this Machacado company from Raymondville, and they have Cuchi Cuchi Machacado. You ought to try that. It is awesome. Thank you. Until next time.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Millions of people are affected by disaster in America. And we're right there, providing food. With more than 200 food banks, reaching communities all across America. Donate now for immediate relief and long-term recovery. Every dollar helps provide food for disaster victims. Help now at feedingamerica.org.
I hope you've enjoyed learning how machacado is made. The process is very interesting, and the final product is very tasty. Until next time.